Welcome YouTubers to another video. We finally have the Queen T-1000 in the collection. Now this box is freaking massive, but we are not here for a box, we are here for this bust. So if you're unfamiliar, I've had the Arnold bust in my collection for a long time. I freaking love it. But I've been searching for this T-1000 literally forever. And I've had no luck. I thought I found it, but then I got screwed over and I couldn't find it, and all the sellers I was dealing with were very shady, so I wasn't able to find it for months and months now. And those who were selling on eBay wanted $8,000, and I'm like, are you effing kidding me? Not worth that. But something came up where I was presented with a trade with another YouTuber, actually. His name is Virtual Devil out of France, probably one of the biggest YouTube channels out of France. Awesome channel. Definitely check it out. Link in the description below. He had the T-1000. He wanted my Jack Sparrow bust. Now, I love my Jack, but as far as like what's crucial to my collection, I feel like the T-1000 is more crucial. It's a companion to my Arnold. It goes in a very crucial spot right here in the main living room where Jack was like in a very awkward spot. So to me, it was just worth it to do the trade. So Jack is en route to his collection, and we have the T-1000 arriving today. So here is the box. Got number 43 of 99. I'm honestly not sure what edition size my Arnold is. I'd have to check it out. But let's open it up. Okay. Let's get this bad boy out. So this does actually have a custom chrome job done to make all the chrome parts basically metallic looking instead of a flat silver like it is originally. So you can definitely see that metallic look. And then here is the T-1000. It's always kind of tricky getting a bust out. Okay. Has a pretty decent weight to it. Alrighty. And if we could just get it in. And there we go. Woo! And there we go. Check this out. Also does come with a brush. There's also gloves here, but the key is you never want to touch silicone. So just don't touch it with your hands in general. Like, I'll mess with the hair a little bit. Check it out though. Boom. Or like that actually. Super legit. Let's go ahead and clean up and review this bad boy. Alrighty, so yeah, that box is freaking huge, goodness. But let's check out everything you got. So the bust is very simple. The fact that it only comes in two pieces, the bust and that. Kind of surprising that like those two pieces are permanent and don't come off actually. And then here is the COA. And then it came with this brush, which you can, use. There is like little hairs right here, some hairs that stick out, from transit. So you can just pat those down or even get water because they usually use product to go ahead and do that. This is definitely a bust that needs to be displayed up high. So let's immediately move it next to Arnold. But before we do that, let's check out the back part just to see if there's anything to really see. Not really. The base is obviously very similar to Arnold's. The back is different. But the front just has those liquid metal parts, which I think is awesome. When you compare to Arnold, he has like those But the side is more or less the exact same, just the big difference is, his has the liquid metal, and then the front's the exact same. But this also says T-1000 instead of T-800. Both say Terminator 2 Judgment Day 3D. It's interesting to have to use the 3D. Alrighty, let's move them. Alrighty, so if you guys don't remember, this is my old video, sorry about the glare, but of the T-1000, so you guys get an idea of what the silver looks like from the exact same phone, more or less. But as you can see, it's kind of dull looking. And so then we come over here to the T-1000 in my much better lighted basement with chrome. So check that out. It is a nice, shiny looking silver. Definitely looks much better chromed, I will say. So yeah, there is the base comparison next to Arnold. It looks the exact same size, really just, the liquid metal parts, which I think looks awesome. So personally, I like this base better than that base because of the liquid metal, which I think was a genius idea by Queen. It looks like a bullet traveled here, maybe hit right there, and then it's oozing out over the base. And then this one is a full blast, so it's like a shotgun blast. And then you got a bullet hole there, and probably a shotgun blast here to the chest. So it is quite big, as you see. It's like a resin material. This is, polystone resin. Then the body feels probably just like honestly, I mean, it's hard, but it's either resin or PVC or something. I don't know. But then once you get to the neck, right above the t-shirt, is when you get to the silicone portrait. Let's check out that portrait. I'd say likeness is probably about 85% to Robert Patrick. Overall, I think it's good enough and looks really, menacing, which is something his character portrayed on the scene. So definitely very menacing and cool looking for sure. Especially when he's looking like almost down at you, you're looking straight in his face. Definitely has a T-1000, like, oh snap, doing the whole finger swing at the very end before Arnold comes up and blasts him. So very iconic pose, one-armed bust, similar to my Alita, Freddy, Jason. So I now have 4 one-armed busts in this room. So it's definitely fitting, matching the whole Alita one arm. It's just the opposite arm, actually, because hers is right, his is left. But I don't think I would want them to put an additional arm right here. Since Arnold doesn't have arms, I don't think it would match as good. But I think just the one-armed gives this more concept, and so it definitely works really good with the T-1000. So he's in his police uniform, so it says Austin, Police Officer, Los Angeles, 572. Has some silver buttons here. And then 3 buttons here. His shirt, he has a white undershirt. I'm pretty sure it's just like a full white shirt underneath. Feels like nice material, like a actual police uniform. So overall looks great. And then you have this silicone hand here, which feels like silicone starts about right here. This is when it starts to get soft. But you can see they did a pretty good job overall. You can see the veins, the knuckles. It's not as good as the Bruce Lee hand itself, but it is very good in general. Look at the comparison between the two. I mean, they did a great job here on the knuckles, getting all the creases and lines. Fingernail looks pretty good. I'd say it looks in general very lifelike and looks very good for a silicone hand. The silicone is the same type of silicone they used on Arnold, which for me it's more Infinity style, where it doesn't have that whole like sticky, oily look that they started using on like Hulk bust, Logan bust. These were 2 of their earlier busts, and these ones, to me, it seems like the same silicone material used on an Infinity bust. For some reason, they switched to that more sticky one, which I don't necessarily know at this point which one is truly better, which one's more high quality. I mean, I feel like on the Hulk bust, the oily look works really good because it's Hulk. Wolverine worked because he was battle damaged. Alita isn't too oily, but based off her character, I think it works good. Wonder Woman, I think, looks better on Infinity versus Queen, the silicone type. For T-1000, I think it works and looks great. So here's his hair, which is hand punched. It's really just brown, black hair. Looks good. His ears are kind of pointy out, just like he is. There is the ear detail. You compare to Arnold. That one's battle damaged. That one isn't. And then the actual glass eyes. The eyes look great. He has actual eyebrows hand punched and eyelashes. There his iconic mole. The lips look good. The nose looks good. The overall skin looks great. You can see like the different aging in the forehead lines and everything. The neck vein here. I mean, overall it looks absolutely fantastic for sure. Almost a little bit of like slight red rosy cheeks-ish, somewhat. The overall skin texture looks amazing though. Very good pores and wrinkle line work. I definitely love the chrome effect. I think it adds quite a bit to the bust, and definitely, you know, whoever did it for Virtual Devil did a great job, whether he did it himself or he paid someone. It overall looks awesome. And you can really see how that is like going on to the side as well, which is quite cool. Alexa, turn on home theater statue lights. You know, so they fit on this garage shelf perfectly, actually. You know, there's still a good amount of space. I have him basically to the edge almost, and him not quite as much, just so he can access the PS5. But they fit here perfectly. They pair up perfectly. I think it's best to pair it like this. Another thing you could do is you could switch the two if you wanted to, but overall I think that works really good, and I want to have it like that so the arm's in the middle. So yeah, we did sell the T-800 Endo arm, and actually just took the chip off the base and threw it right there. No point in having it on that little display base anymore. That Arnold bus, or Arnold 1/4, is for sale. I'm actually just going to lower the price, $450 shipped exclusive. That is in payment plan, so eventually this is going to all be gone. And what we'll do is we'll do the T-1000 and Arnold 1/3 by Darkside Collectibles. And that more or less completes the collection. The question now begs, do we get the T-1000 by Pure Arts? Because technically, I could remove this poster and wall mount it right there. But that's a little repetitive. I almost feel like if I was to put something there, it should be an endoskeleton battle damage by Pure Arts, and the T-1000 would go underneath between the two 1/3s. I don't know how good that would look, how it might affect them. Now there is some extra depth, which is nice. It's not going to be like too much in your face because the shelf is a little bit more forward. And I could bring it even more forward if I needed to, you know, to get it more in line with that. But yeah, there it is, the Terminator collection. Check that out. Absolutely awesome. I'm definitely in love, and I think it looks really good. So thank you, Virtual Devil, for this. It looks really effing good in my collection. There is more or less the view of the TV. So now you guys can understand why this was so important, because I'm basically in this chair almost all day. You know, after I'm done with the gym and whatnot, this is where I work. This is where I watch TV and play video games outside of spending time with the wife and whatnot. So the majority of my time is spent in here outside of, you know, casually visiting each statue rooms throughout the day. So this is a very crucial spot, and I wanted the absolute best. You know, and originally I was just going to get Arnold 1/3 next to the bust, and then beneath do Sarah Connor T-1000 with Pure Arts bust, which I do still think would look amazing, but you can't beat two companion silicone busts. I just think that is the ultimate, and then it makes everything up top life-size. You know, like from Alita to the left, it's all life-size. So now I have a life-size Endo, life-size T-1000, and Arnold, the three main of the Terminator series that I want. You know, because T-1000 was definitely the best villain of all the Terminator series, in addition to Arnold. But yeah, this looks super, super sick. So definitely very happy overall. I do like Arnold bust in general more, but I like the T-1000 base more. Arnold's, for me, is one of the best busts out there, purely because of the battle damage, the way they did, you know, like the bolts in the neck and the face, the giant chest and everything. I just think it looks magnificent. But T-1000 is definitely amazing. And I think they did a great job conceptually, detail, and everything wise. You know, the likeness could be a little bit improved. I think it was better on the prototype. I think from prototype to production, it did lose some likeness, which makes me curious, you know, are some of the other Queen hyper-real busts going to lose likeness in production? You know, Loki, freaking Doctor Strange, you know, it's like Doctor Strange, his likeness is absolutely crucial to the bus. If it loses the likeness, you know, it's going to suck. Same with like Thor. So we'll have to see. But yeah, there it is. To give you guys a quick update on what is for sale as well. These two are still for sale, as well as Frieza Form 3. I don't have boxes for these, so they will be bubble wrapped. Frieza Form 3 is boxed up. I also have Gotenks VKH boxed up. And Cell Form 1 is boxed up. So that's all that's left for DBZ. Alexa, turn on Statue Room. Alexa, shut up. Alexa, turn on Video Game Statue Room light. Man, Alexa's going crazy right now. All right, there we go. So I got someone to pick up all of my detolfs on Monday. Sold all 5 of them for $25 each. And I did have one quick idea I wanted to run by you guys before we end this video. What do you think of the idea of making this display an all KD display? Because I'm going to have KD's Goku and Vegeta busts over here, I kind of feel like I don't necessarily need these 2 busts. And I kind of want the entire display just to be more or less KD. So I was thinking, what if, you know, we make it a little bit more spacious and classier looking. We move Piccolo here with his 2 busts on each side and then Krillin. Just that. It'll look spacious. It'll look really good. Here's just Goku and Frieza with each of their busts on the side. This is moved up. And right there is actually going to be Trunks right there. KD Androids, Vegeta Final Flash, and then Gohan vs. Cell, which I just paid shipping for, so it should ship and arrive in a month. And then above, we basically move that up. And right there, do KD Vegeta vs. Boo, and we sell everything from Vegeta bust to the right. So we sell all of that, make the display more spacious. I get better viewing angles for Trunks, Vegeta, and Androids. And I can properly display the bus with each of them. And then we're not selling Sume Vegeta. We're going to have the 2 Vegetas because I freaking love Vegetas. You know, my favorite character. But instead on this wall, which will be this shelf, that same height. So the bottom one is not completely on the ground, but it's very spacious. And we actually do Broly with the KOD ball and probably just box up Broly holding Goku's head. And then we have, so basically Broly KOD top, and then right next to him would be Sume Vegeta. So the 2 Sumes next to each other. Because Vegeta was a villain, and the idea is to do a villain's display underneath. So you do Sume Vegeta, which is a villain at that time. And then the garage shelf next to it will have Prime 1 Vegeta and Vegeta bust up top with the Vegeta head holder. Now, likely actually would fit Trunks in between the 2 garage shelves. You know, because I wouldn't fit him here. And he wouldn't work up there anyways with the Vegeta vs. Boo. And then beneath we do Sume Frieza, Cell by Infinity Studios, or if we see a better Cell in the next little while, do that. And then reuse Boo. So it's all villains beneath, all licensed display. So this is my licensed display. This is my KD display. And that's it for DBZ. Technically, I could probably add Bardock in there, but I'm trying to keep it very simple and spacious, but I could technically add Bardock. It still would be actually pretty decently spacious. So not a huge deal, but I could move Piccolo over and add Bardock. But yeah, just some thoughts. You know, I definitely love this display, but I do feel like, you know, I love Dragon Fist and Goku vs. Vegeta, but I feel like compared to the KD, they look a little outdated. You know, like their sculpts and paint jobs just aren't as flashy and textures aren't quite as finely detailed as some of the KD stuff. So I'm just thinking I might consider selling these. What do you guys think? What do you think of that idea? Anyways, folks, that is basically it for the T-1000. You know, very happy to have it in the collection. These are actually sold. Achilles is available. This is available. That is available. No one's bought Vader, so I may just keep it if it doesn't sell. I may actually just throw it back down there, but Indoraptor and Blue are technically still available. Well, Blue I haven't decided to sell yet. I may. I think if someone buys Blue and Indoraptor, it would make it an easier sell. Anyways, folks, that is it. One last thing to mention. I was going to go to the Queen Studios event tomorrow. However, I'm not going to go anymore. So Queen had promised to give me their Loki bust, like to take home, to actually keep, like compare, review to my current Loki bust, all my Marvel busts. It was going to be amazing. I'm so looking forward to Loki busts. I got a van rental. I got a hotel, everything to go to this event. And last minute, Queen ended up canceling on me and saying Loki's not going to the event, but instead going to a Thailand event. So I'm super pissed right now and disappointed I'm not getting Loki bust, because I thought I was going to get it a year before it actually ships, but looks like Loki's still a year out. So super unfortunate. No Queen event for Flankster, unfortunately. And it's just not worth it to me to go to see Captain and Doctor Strange and Spidey in person. It's 12 hours of driving for me. So it's just not worth it to make that drive just to see those. Because frankly, I don't care for Iron Spidey. I think the likeness is off and he looks like he's balding at the front. And I love Doctor Strange and Captain, but I'll just own them someday. So not worth 12 hours to see them in person. But anyways, folks, that is it for today's video. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.